Okay, I hope that you are doing okay today. And before we jump into this video, I just wanted to give the public service announcement, right? That it's so important to take care of your mental health, to become aware of the information that you're taking in from our news sources, our social media sources, and how it's also contributing to your mental health. It's important to stay informed of what's happening, but it's also at the same time important to remain in a good state of mind, in a positive state of mind. And if you can't reach positivity, a neutral state of mind. And so that you are able to function, do what you need to do. And also just keep in mind that this is just a reminder that there are so many circumstances that are outside of our control. We don't get to name time that we live in or the place in history that we're born into. So keeping in mind your desires and what you want in your life, and it's important to understand that everything that you want still has to be taken from the present moment. So if your desire is to be peace, your desire is to have confidence, your desire is to find your happiness, that calm, that joy, it has to be found now and regardless of what's going on. And it's not to say that what's going on should be ignored, but also that don't lose track of the mission, right? Because at the end of the day, there's only one life that we live. Even if you have the theory that there's more, we don't have proof of that. This is the one life that you live, and this is it. So it's important to remember that and to just take care of yourself. Just stay safe, take care of you, take time out for yourself. Okay, so with that, let's get into the video. How do I restart my life at 40? So you've been asking yourself this question for how long now? 6 months, a year, 2 years, and here you are, still researching it, still asking about it, right? Instead of actually doing the thing. Hi, I'm Keisha Dent. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I help professional women break through the action paralysis that keeps them stuck in lives that they've outgrown. And if you clicked on this video, you're probably one of the millions of women who knows exactly what needs to change, but just can't seem to actually change it. So let me guess what you've been doing. You've been exploring your options. You've updated your LinkedIn profile 17,000 times. You've bookmarked hundreds of articles about career transitions. You've even started writing your resignation letter over and over just to practice it, just to kind of get into the flow of it. But you're still sitting in the same soul-crushing office, having the same Monday morning breakdown in the bathroom stall all over again. Stop calling it taking time to figure things out. You're stalling, and deep down, you might kind of know it. Here's the uncomfortable truth that you're probably aware of, that you're kind of pushing to the back of your head. Yeah, you don't have plenty of time to figure this all out anymore, right? You're in your 40s, you're in your 50s. And if you continue to work until 65 or so, or more than that, you have maybe like 15, 20 productive years left. That's it. So how many of those have you already spent researching your escape plan instead of executing it? I'm just here to gently remind you that your research phase ended months ago, likely. So you're now likely in your avoidance phase. And what is it costing you? While you've been perfecting your 5-year plan, other women your age are already living their transformed lives. While you've been waiting for the perfect and the right time, your energy is declining, it's settling, and you're watching opportunities begin to narrow. I know this because I was you. So I spent 2 years researching my options while my soul was just dying a little more and a little more, day after day after day after day. And it became a point where I was 38, right, sitting in my car after another devastating, soul-crushing day at work, and I caught my reflection in the rearview mirror and wiping off my tears. And the permanent thought that just kept repeating in my head was, I am so old now. I wasted my life. And that's when I realized that doing these endless thinking, endless research had really become just something kind of like an addictive behavior, right? Planning and thinking about it and writing out things on napkins and notepads and all this other stuff have become my way of avoiding the terror, the fear, the very real fear of actually changing my life at my older age. So here's what separates women who actually restart their lives from women who think about restarting their lives. Action. So not perfect action, not carefully planned action, just taking action, small action, action in increments. It's always about action. And the women who transform their lives at 40, at 50, they're not better than you. They're not smarter than you. They're not more prepared than you. They're not luckier than you. They just are done with making excuses. They're done with allowing more time to pass them by. They understand something that often those of us who aren't taking action yet haven't yet accepted, that every single day you delay taking action is another day stolen from the life that you're meant to live. And unlike, back in your late teens, your 20s, even at 30, you don't have decades and decades ahead of you to waste figuring it all out. What will your life look like in 5 more years if nothing changes? Right? You'll be north of 50, you're going to be north of that, just more exhausted, more resentful, thinking back on the time when you were just 50, just 40, just in your late 30s, when you wanted to change. But this time, perhaps with less energy and less courage and drive to make the changes that your soul is demanding to make. So how do you actually restart your life at 40? Well, here's what works. First, though there is room for researching and planning, yes, absolutely, especially being at our age, being in midlife, it's good. We often have plenty that we've worked hard for. And making sure we're able to have a plan is a good thing. But you have to also understand, when are you doing endless, obsessive researching? And when are you procrastinating on taking action? Set a deadline. You know what I mean? Give yourself 30 days to gather information if you need to, and then make a decision and move. So no more excuses, no more extensions. Second, acknowledge what you already know. Deep down, I bet you already know what needs to change. So you don't have to think about changing everything at once and doing a complete life overhaul. Think about what really is bothering you the most, what really needs to change. It may be time to stop pretending you need more clarity, but what you really may need is more courage. Third, leverage your midlife advantages. You have something that 25-year-olds don't. You have experience, you have wisdom, and you often can have a network of people that you can lean on and rely on. You don't need to stumble through trial and error for everything, right? You can make informed decisions and you can make them quickly. Fourth, and this is especially true when that thing that needs to change is your career, start your transition while you're still employed, okay? You don't need to burn everything down and then start over from scratch. You can approach it through a multi-layered and complex way. Don't quit Monday and expect to be at the pinnacle of success in your new venture by Friday. You can use evenings, use weekends, use time off to build something new while you allow your current income to provide stability. I kind of want you to view it as moving pots around, right? So if you are not into the gross meal that's burning away and simmering away on the front burner, then perhaps move it to the back burner. Don't take it off completely. Don't throw it out. Just maybe move it to the back burner. You can maybe turn that burner down a little bit, get a new pot, put your new ingredients on it, and get that cooking. Okay? And then oftentimes, by the time we got something percolating here, we might be able to remove the last pot. So this is why I created the midlife metamorphosis method, to address both the subconscious blocks that can keep us frozen and to give us the practical action steps to create immediate momentum. We are often so much at the mercy of our mind's 2 jobs, right? Anything that the mind does can really be distilled down into 2 jobs for you. The first one is to keep you safe. The second one is to give you what you want. But anytime that these 2 things come at a conflict with each other, which is often, then it is more likely to choose the safety over the desire. And this thing right here is often something that lies at the core and the heart of a lot of our frustration in life. This is why I've created the midlife metamorphosis method to help to address these subconscious issues, these blocks, in order to move you forward and gain momentum. So let me ask you the question that's probably going to make you a little uncomfortable. If you're not ready to take action on what you already know right now, when will you be? Next year? When you're well into your 50s? When you're in your 60s? Your comfort zone can become a slow death trap. Your stable job is stable for your bank account, but it can be absolutely unstable for your soul, which is your driving system. You're not being responsible by just staying stuck. You're often being afraid. And that's okay. But the first step is to realize that that's what's happening. The life you're planning to live someday is dying today. While you research and you plan and you take notes and you daydream and you procrastinate and wait for perfect conditions that will never, ever come. So if you're finally ready to stop researching and start transforming, I want to invite you to learn more about the midlife metamorphosis method. So it is an intensive program designed specifically to break through action paralysis and create momentum for change. So you can check out the link that's in the description. But regardless of if you choose to reach out, here's my challenge to you. Take some action on what you already know and take action today. Or admit that you're choosing to stay stuck. Your future 80-year-old self is watching this moment. So what are you going to do? So again, my name is Keisha Dent. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. Thank you for joining me today. And if you are interested, definitely reach out. You can find the link. If you just want to find more information, I would love to spend, say, 45 minutes just to go over where you're at in life and to answer your questions, and also to see if we would be a good fit and what the next steps would be. So that is it for me today. And I just want to remind you always that in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you next time.